First game being played here on Daybreak in this final series best of 5. Top right hand side we have the Cyan Protoss Kail versus the Blue Terran player FlashKicker. I don't know, I just wanted to do that. Yep, here on Daybreak this map is pretty epic. Seen a lot of amazing matches on this map, and talk about that last match, man. It was just insanely good. So very good was that match. Just checking to see. Yep, just want to switch that off for now so that all my bandwidth is completely dedicated to this thing called StarCraft 2 and OBS. OBS is, by the way, the best streaming device ever. And you know what else is best? This supply depot, man, because that supply depot is awesome. A lot of Terrans don't necessarily opt for the supply depot at the ramp, as they could lose the supply depot fairly easily. And now even more easily so because of the mothership core granting units on the low ground, high ground vision. And it looks like barracks is just about to come down. Oh, here we go. There's a chimney on that. I just noticed. Kind of weird, actually. Not sure whether that's a heating duct or what. Looks like a pretty standard opening from both players. Going to be just playing it pretty safe. Playing their cards close to the chest. Gonna like see who makes the first move. Probably gonna see this Rax fast expand here from the Terran player, but he could actually opt for a command center within his own base and just macro up until he feels confident to put on a pressure or to secure his natural. Double gas from the Protoss player. Could be seeing some heavy tech play off of one base. Very interesting, actually, because double gas usually just signifies some form of heavy tech. Could be seeing a robotics, could be seeing a Stargate, could be seeing a Dark Shrine, could even be seeing High Templar being morphed into Archons, because Archon Zealot is really strong at the late game. Cymeria's core does go down. So actually 4 probes and 1 gas now being sent away. These little taps are so very cool. And yeah, this is kind of interesting because the SCV has seen everything, and the SCV also knows that there isn't any Zealot out. Now the Zealot is starting to be pumped out. Marines are being cranked out as we speak, keeping up with the macro both players. The Terran player is like letting the macro slip ever so slightly. Could be going for a command center or a second Rax. What will this SCV do? Not really sure right now. Reactor is on the way. I'm not really sure. It looks like this SCV is just patrolling in the back of Kail's gas at the natural. Just gonna see what's up next. And what are we seeing here? Nothing much as of yet from both players. Oh, there we go. Command center is on the way. The Terran player feels fairly safe. He doesn't know whether the Protoss player is all-inning by any means, as this SCV still hasn't really scouted to see if there's a nexus. And here comes Kail's Stalker, wisely going to be checking all these areas just to try and snipe the SCV, force his opponent to stay in the dark. And here we go, mothership core is on the way along with a Stargate. So yeah, should be seeing an Oracle being used, and yeah, factory is on the way. I'm actually surprised the Terran players haven't really opted to figure out the timing on the Oracle, or just opt to make a engineering bay just for the hell of it and crank out maybe armor upgrades or weapon upgrades as early as possible, but instead focusing on just using their Marines. Marines do actually melt quite quickly to Oracles, and it looks like it'll be some kind of mothership stalker Oracle pressure play into Nexus, as you can see there. And Warpgate technology still hasn't really started researching as of yet, and should be seeing that first Oracle being made. Oracles are not cheap. And slipping on the micro, bit of action up at the front. Oh my goodness, these stalkers have done so much damage, doing terrible damage. These Marines are moving in ultra motion. I do believe he's actually killed quite a few 3-war units have been killed, and a supply depot. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why you normally wouldn't really see supply depots at the front, and using the fact that this Terran player favors the supply depot at the front, you wouldn't really see it in Wings of the Depot. Oh, the mothership core looks like she will be sniped, but nice little bit of position over there, and it looks like the supply depot will go down, supply blocking his opponent quite heavily. And now we see a Widowmine is actually out on the field, burrowing forward. The Protoss player can't really move any further forward, but the damage has actually been done. 400 resources worth of units of structures have actually gone down. Oracle is now on the way to follow this up. Is there actually... I was just about to say that if there was a Widow Mine over here, he could actually stop the Oracle dead in its tracks, but do 40 splash to his own units. Yes, Widow Mines do actually do splash damage to friendly units, but it looks like FlashKicker is just slowly starting to stabilize in this game, just getting up his defensive beachhead at the front, and also looks like he's opting for, yes, he is opting for a double Widow Mine drop, but this Widow Mine drop should be seen, and hello! Two forms of harass actually end up seeing each other, and yes, the Widow Mines are nowhere to be seen. The Marines haven't really been pulled back, and this entire mineral line is so very vulnerable. Here comes the Oracle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and no, wisely backing off at the last second. 6 worker skill, 7 worker skill, actually 8 worker skill, and going right into the Marines, being forced back. A couple of barracks have yet to actually be established. But it looks like the Widow Mines haven't really done any significant damage in the Protoss player's base. No units have been lost by the Protoss player. Not even a single probe has been lost as of yet. The Protoss player Kail is just showing how much of a heavyweight he is right now. And yup, it looks like the Terran player is just trying to get back into this game, trying to just grind his way back, and we're looking at double forge. No more units are being made from the Stargate. I do believe the Oracle still is alive, still no hull damage, and it looks like the Oracle is making its way into the Naturals mineral line. Round number dose, nope, just hanging back, probably going to gain more energy so he can come in and just completely devastate the economy of Flash. Looks like he's coming in. He senses weakness. Here we go. Switched on his power. Pulsar beam doing terrible damage. Up to 12 kills, 13 kills, 14 kills. Still alive. 15 kills. No hull damage as of yet. This is some fine Protoss versus Terran play here from Kail, who is now transitioning into Colossus. There is no anti-Colossus units in the shape of Vikings up as of yet. Just more and more barracks have been established. Only 1 Stargate and just not enough medevacs on the field. I do believe we only have 2 medevacs. And there we go. This bunker has been salvaged. It looks like Flash just knows he needs to make something happen. He needs to go across the field. He needs to do something. Additional gateways are coming in, so the infrastructure of Kail is ready for a fight. Kail also going for a Twilight Council, timing it nearly to perfection, so he can establish his level 2 weapons and armor, so he can just keep on churning out the upgrades. It looks like Kail will be going for, yep, he's going to definitely go for his third at the moment. His macro is quite insane. It looks like finally, no, the Oracle's still being a pest, but the medevacs do aid the Marines in being able to do some damage while the Oracle was on the high ground. And this actually forces his opponent back, because there's only a Widow Mine at the main, no Widow Mine at the, actually there's a Widow Mine at the natural, none at the main. So there is no defense in case of a counterattack in the form of this single Oracle. And this Oracle can actually survive one shot from Widow Mine, as the Widow Mine only does 135 damage and 40 splash damage. 40 splash damage to surrounding units, of course, be they friendly or not. And it looks like just now finishing up his stimp pack. He is in the Stone Age of technology, but he does have a lot of Marauders here. But guess what, man? He's about to have a rude awakening, as there are a lot of Zealots. Speed is only just now started researching. What is the range on this Colossi? It has a range of 6. Not sure if it actually did finish researching. No extended thermal lance, because he's like, fuck the police, man. I don't need extended thermal lance. Just getting up his third, gonna be going into Archon Zealot, because Archon Zealot against Pure Bio is pretty devastating. And no, oh my goodness, flying his units in, and oh, he should be able to, oh no, opting not to go in for a snipe, as that would be very risky. Stalkers in the main near the ramp. Oh, this could actually be very interesting if he gets a good enough concave. He's actually doing a lot of damage, but there are just so many Zealots, and these Zealots are like the quarterbacks here, trying to snipe this Colossus, but the Colossus survives, and now just barely making away, using his nitrous oxide on this medevac to get away, trying to macro his way back up. As you can see, 83 supply to 117. Protoss player now on 3 base. I just don't know whether he can come back from this, man. Flash is in a bad position, only now getting his third. Hasn't really been scouted as of yet. But I just don't know. I don't know where these Marines are going. They're on a one-way trip, I can tell you that, folks. And it looks like a lot of Templar, and the high Templar kind, as they are so high that they are actually floating, are now on the field gathering energy for that devastating psionic storm. But guess what? There are Hellbats on the way. Flash knows that this is the right choice, and oh my goodness, the Oracle, will it go down finally? The Oracle's reign of terror is over. The Oracle is finally dead, but it did buy Kail some more time to beat his opponent into submission, delaying that crucial third ever so slightly, or actually for quite some time. First Hellbat is on the field. Should be seeing additional Hellbats being made. I do believe that Hellbats they cannot transform into Hellion mode without the upgrade. And first Hellbat, second Hellbat are being sent across the field, going to be trying and attempting to do some economic damage, but there are cannons at the back of the mineral lines. Additional gates are being warped in. Should be seeing a Pure Gateway army soon, as Pure Gateway can be very devastating because you can just trade so very well against a Terran player, as in this particular position the Protoss player is so far ahead, getting the level 3 upgrades. The Terran player is only just now getting his level 1 upgrades. Oh, I do believe that Kail might have actually won this game even before he's won it. And oh, the medevac full of Hellbats goes down without really doing any significant damage. And I do believe that this could be the cue for Kail to actually go in. If he actually opted for additional Colossus, he could actually do so much more damage. Oh! Hallucinated Colossus. What's better than a real Colossus? A hallucinated Colossus. And a lot of High Templar. So, yep, that's actually brilliant, but he hasn't brought the hallucinated Colossus with him. For a second I thought there was something behind it, and it was no, just the automaton. Yes, automaton. And now going to be taking the shortest route possible, going to beat his way across from the center of the map. Now it looks like the Terran player is trying to split his army. He does have quite a force. He's actually macroed his way nearly to even Stevens, and he does have a lot of DPS at his disposal, and there's only one Colossus. There are quite a few High Templar. The Observer has seen everything, but I just don't know right now. And here we go, +1/+1 has finished, +3 armor just finishing up. It looks like we might be seeing a maxed out Protoss player versus a near maxed out Terran player, but the concave is really good. But here come the storms, and I hear some thunder. Guardian Shield just goes down. A lot of Zealots have actually gone to the top side, and oh, a lot of units have been pulled. This is a massive engagement. SCVs have been pulled. A lot of storm dodging here by the Terran player, who's actually led away a lot of Zealots. Just so many Zealots beefing their way across, and oh, the storms. So many storms all over the place. George Clooney would be proud, and Kail takes game number 1 of this best of 5 series.